Good morning, children. Today, let us continue with your chemistry chapter 16, Water, a Precious Resource. So, what did we discuss in the last class? We saw about the water cycle, how the water is continuously available to the earth's surface. Yes, so this is a cycle of going up and coming back again to the earth in the form of rain, hail, and snow. Okay, so you might wonder, though we have the water cycle in a good process, some parts of the world, while we in India itself, we could see this. Some part of the country receives abundant rainfall, and some part of the country remains very dry and it is having insufficient amount of water at the same time. When the South India receives highest amount of rainfall and it is suffering from floods, during the same time maybe a part in the North India suffers for water. There is continuous drought there. How is it possible? The water cycle process is going on continuously. There should be an equal balance, right? All the parts of the world should receive kind of full amount of water, right? Why it is not possible? What is happening to the water so that we face flood and droughtness both at different parts of the world at the same time? This is because the usage of the water varies. So, where do we get water mostly? Are we using the river waters, lake waters? Are we fetching water directly from there for our every daily use? No. Whenever we go and open the tap, the water flows very fast. Yes. So, who's taking the responsibility? The government, civic bodies are taking responsibility. The water corporation of the government supplies the water to all the residential houses present in its state. They get water from the dams, rivers, purify it, and then through a huge network of pipelines they deliver it to our house. Right? So, if all the rainwater which falls down and comes back to the earth is undergoing runoff process, surface runoff, will we get enough amount of water for millions of years? Will a future generation also enjoy this plentiful amount of water without any suffrage for it? It is a question mark. Yes, so we should store the water for us future generation. Now we are happily using it, all the amount of water whatever we have, we are using it very splendidly without any cautiousness. We open the tap and leave it as such. We waste so much of water without even thinking for a minute that we are wasting the water and so that our future generations will suffer. Right? So how to save the water for the future generation? For that, in the last year itself, you learnt about the rainwater harvesting method. Yes, so rainwater harvesting method is nothing but storing the rainwater so that the water penetrates to the soil layers and reaches the underground water table. Once the underground water table gets water, its level increases so that the water is stored there for a future generation. Whenever there is need, they can pump out the water. So instead of just leaving the surface run of water to waste, we are developing the habit of rainwater harvesting to allow the infiltration of rainwater. What is the meaning of infiltration? Penetration of water through the soil layers and reach the underground water table. So nowadays we don't prefer wells, and the pumping tanks and all will be there in the roadsides during some 90s and all. Your mothers, ask your parents, they would have fetched water from the pump tanks and as well as from the wells. So they are all a good source of groundwater. They make use of the underground water. Okay, so now we are in the process of saving the water through the rainwater harvesting method to increase the groundwater level. Okay, but still there occurs a depletion of water table. Though we are developing the habit of rainwater harvesting method, there is a depletion. Depletion means decrease in the level of groundwater. What are the three major causes for it? Is increasing population, increasing industries, and agricultural activities. So the first cause is increasing population. So the more and more number of human population increases, what do? We go construct houses, and we do not leave the water to infiltrate through the soil. All the land areas covered by construction of roads and buildings, so that the rainwater does not find a place for the infiltration, for the percolation of water to reach the underground water table. Okay, so this is one of the main reason. And increasing industries. Obviously, industries also constructing more and more of factories outside of the cities and all, and they all not only construct huge factories, they use more amount of water, and the water coming out from the factories is also highly polluted one. Okay, then the agricultural activities. So during farming, the farmers use water for irrigating their crops, right? So how do they get water for their farms? They get the help of wells, or they use motors to pump the underground water. So once they wanted to irrigate, they will use plenty amount of water for their crops, and there is a huge loss of groundwater. We can even save water while irrigating. There is a special process called drip irrigation discovered to save water during irrigation. What is the meaning of irrigation, children? Irrigation means watering crops. So let us see the practices to avoid the decrease in the groundwater table level one by one. Yes, this picture clearly tells us that the water table is nothing but the underground water level from which we can pump the water and use it. So can you see here the hand pump? So where is the hand pump connected to? It is connected to the underground water table. So if the amount of water table is very low, how will we get water from the hand pump and the wells for the future generation? So it is a primary duty to allow the infiltration of water to reach the underground water table and increase its level. So yes, this was an image which has to be put in the very first few minutes of the slide itself. No problem. Now look at this. This is showing the data in the form of a map about the annual rainfall in India. If this is not clear, kindly open to your textbook chapter number 16. You could see this map in the textbook itself. Okay. So here they have given you the map telling us about the annual rainfall in India. So there is a key given in the bottom showing us what are the different colors indicating. So the rainfall in centimeter, the dark blue color is above 400 centimeter. Purple color is 200 to 400 centimeter. Sky blue color is 100 to 200 centimeter. So that is enough. The first three colors alone will give us a detailed information. Not necessary to go deep and discuss. So where is the dark blue color noticed? Towards the borders of Kerala and what is that, Bangalore side and all. Then in the west side towards Bangladesh and Bhutan, there is a highest rainfall per year. Annual rainfall means for an year. So we can say that the Meghalaya and Cherrapunji in the west side of India receives the highest rainfall of above 400 centimeter. It clearly tells us the dark blue color. These regions are receiving high rainfall. Okay, next 200 to 400 centimeter is purple color. So the purple color are again the regions around the West India and the borders near Kerala. Okay. The sky blue is the moderate rainfall. 100 to 200 centimeter. Where do we find? Towards the borders of Tamil Nadu and Telangana. Then in some parts of Uttar Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal, Uttarakhand. These places receive moderate rainfall. I hope you know the places of India. You are learning in your social. So there is no place mentioned here. Just by looking at the location, I am telling. The color shading tells us what are the locations present over there. Right? Okay. Now see the last one in the key box. 0 to 20. A very pale color, white color region is seen. So they receive 0 to 20 centimeter of rainfall. Where is it, that pale color? Towards the north in the Jammu and Kashmir border, POK, and towards the east, somewhat in the borders near to Pakistan. So these are the areas where the rainfall is very low, about 0 to 20 centimeter. So they experience rare rainfall in their region. So this is what our question is. Why do the different parts of the same country experience flood as well as drought during the same time period? This is because of the answer is high usage of water. There is no equal amount of balance in the water usage, and there is no saving for the future generations. There is a depletion in the groundwater table. Okay. So this is the drip irrigation method, children. So to tell about this irrigation method in detail, the farmers can use this method for irrigating. Why? Because you would have small tubes running inside the farms very near to the crops, and there is some small holes of the pipelines that would be directly connected or located very near to the roots of the plant. Okay, in a farm where the crops are grown, the pipelines are laid very near to it, and from there small holes will be kept very near to the roots of the crop, so that the water will be led directly to the roots of the crops by drop, so that there is no wastage in the water during the agricultural practices. By this method, we can save the underground water table. Okay, so this is the best method for irrigation which the farmers should come forward to accept and follow this method of irrigation, drip irrigation. Okay, so since there are small holes from the pipeline, there is no much wastage of water. That is a noticeable one from this method, so that the groundwater level can be increased. Okay, so in this chapter we saw how the water is available to us, how it is maintaining as a cycle to maintain the balance across all the parts of the world, though there is a difference. While some parts receive high rainfall, whereas some parts receive no rainfall throughout the year. What are the reasons to it? How are we doing various practices to deplete the water table and making it of no use or no availability for the future generation? The reasons for it and the causes for it were discussed. Also, we saw how to avoid them. Okay, now as a single individual human being, you yourself have the responsibility to save water. This you are learning from even from 3rd standard, but you fail to do in action. We should not waste water. Do not leave the taps on or opened. Be very cautious of every single drop of water you are using. Okay, so that even you may suffer in your olden days. The time may change at any time because the whole world suffered corona. We never expected it. The same way, even we are liable to face the danger of water scarcity at any time. So let every individual take a responsibility to save water. Okay, thank you children. Read this textbook chapter in your textbook, read this chapter in your textbook, chapter number 16, and there are 2 important case studies given in this chapter. So that is going to be your assignment. At the end of this chapter, 2 important case studies are given. If you read the textbook, if you open to the textbook and read it, definitely you will come across it. Do not ask me to tell about the page numbers. You are not a kid anymore. So you have to search for the 2 case studies at the end of this chapter, discussing about the depletion of groundwater table in 2 different parts of the country, our country India. How do the people overcome the depletion of water table? And they now presently they are having a good amount of groundwater table. Okay, 2 interesting stories, case studies are given. So you read it, analyze it, and give it to me as a report as your assignment. Thank you children.